Pixel. That's what you do. I left that too. Computer science today.
Do you guys have a question you want to ask me?
Nope.
Do you want to ask why it starts at number 11?
Oh yeah,
Number 19.
19 and 21. Those are my choices here.
No, I did this and then put it back.
But this worksheet had another side to it, but it was over 3/6 that we haven't done yet, and so I just copied this out because that's what we had done. But some of these are really good questions, and you're going to see these kind of questions again on the test because I like them, because they make you think, do you know the rules of how to get rid of them? And so what makes 19 so exciting is that there's 2 logs there. You cannot multiply log 2 times log 3 and make that log 6 or log 5 or whatever maybe you wanted to do. But what you can do is just do it twice. So forget about it if the log, forget about the middle part. Like, what would you do to solve that? Sean, what would you do?
chew it.
Chew it. You could chew it, or you could rewrite it using the definition. Either one would work. You get the same answer. So if you chew it, right, like you're raising everything up, and the reason you do that is because 2 log 2 cancels out. So you get rid of this, and then you're left with log 3 of x equals 2 to the 4th, right? So that's not 2 times 4. 2 to the 4th, I believe, is 16.
Yes. And here comes the big one.
And then, what's left? Then you can 3 it, because that would get rid of this.
43,046,121.
And I'm really okay, especially on the test, if it's a really big number like this, you can leave it as 3 to the 16th, right? I know your calculator will probably do it for you, but I'm okay if you left it as 3 to the 16th.
16 to the 3rd instead of 3 to the 16th.
The other way to do that, if you don't like the 2ing it and the 3ing it, you could rewrite this as like 2 to the 4th equals this, like that log a of x equals y. You get the same answer, it's just depending on which way you're solving those log equations to do that. The other one I want to do before I see what the questions you have is 21. I saw Sean's paper here. I do not agree with your answer, Sean.
No.
Seemed like you had a whole lot of decimals on this, right?
I got 2 decimals.
Well, maybe you just gave me a decimal thing. I don't know.
Oh, well, the decimal thing is really long, yes. No comment.
So this is like the ones from the homework that had the 2 to the x and the 2 to the negative x and were awful. Only this is like the better version of this. Of why wasn't this in your book? And the awful ones were in your book. Justin.
Instead of writing out the giant decimal, can you just write the ln of 6?
But I did say give correct answers to 4 decimal places too, right?
Oh.
Both. So it kind of depends which way,
But
but
when you're writing the equation and doing your work.
yes, yes. Only I don't know why you have ln of 6 in here. This is where I think you're wrong. Okay, but maybe I'm wrong. This fits quadratic form. Oh, I erased it.
Erase.
You see how this is like a perfect square and not a perfect square and a constant, which was like the 3rd step into those awful problems from the book? Could you factor this?
No. Never. No. No.
What multiplies together to, oh wait, okay, so this is me not doing u substitution. So let me do it without u substitution, and then I'll put the u back in it, okay? So bear with me for a minute. Think about what multiplies together to give you e to the 2x. Would it just be e to the x times e to the x? You with me on that? And so this is where, when I teach Algebra 2, I show them u substitution, but then I kind of just usually do it without the u. I just say, what multiplies to give me this? Then what about this way? Can we think of 2 numbers that multiply to give me 6 that subtract to give me -1? Yeah, not 6 and 1 like the one I did in the video, but 3 times 2, and it would be -3 plus 2. If you, I don't know how to do that because I use u, you could to the side say that u equals e to the x. So if you like the u substitution better, you could rewrite this as u squared minus u minus 6. And you get the same thing, you just have to go back and plug in what u was. And it's fun because you get to say u was and not be incorrect.
Nah.
I like to teach u substitution because I like to say, I don't like you. That's funny, right?
Yes.
Get it?
Feeling search.
But sometimes for me, the u substitution is like extra work, but it's okay. Like if we did the u substitution, we would get u equals 3 or u equals 2. But you have to go back and plug in what u was, which means you get e to the x equals 3 and e to the x equals -2, which if you notice, that's the same thing I get here without u as well. I get e to the x equals 3 and e to the x equals -2. So thinking towards our test, am I going to put one like 29 and whatever the other awful one was from the textbook on your actual test? Probably not. Would I put one that maybe fits quadratic form that's maybe factorable? Probably, because this to me seems much better than the awful problem from the textbook. But I'm not done yet, right? So now I get to this point. What can I do now to solve this problem? I can ln both sides. So I could say ln of e to the x equals ln of 3. Because the ln of e cancels out, and I get x equals ln of 3. What about this one? Is that going to work? Can you take the ln of a negative number?
No, I meant ln of 2. Negative ln of 2. Like,
But you can't. Like, you can't pull the negative in front. You can only do that if it was up in the exponent, right? Or think of this. Is e to the x ever equal a negative number?
No.
No. So, like, this does not have an answer. Or if you didn't realize it, hopefully when you got to this, or if you typed it in your calculator, it's going to tell you you don't have an answer, which ln of 3 becomes the only answer, which then you could type in your calculator and give me 24 decimals.
Dang it.
I was right.
Or
Okay, no, I wasn't. But still.
use your own pencil.
Yes, I do.
Why did you take my calculator with the answer wrong?
1.0986, I think. Other questions on this?
Are you recording?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I recorded people. I know we're the recorded people, but nobody's gonna watch us.
Which one did Savannah want us to do? Savannah wanted us to do one of them.
It was this one.
Darn it, why did we do this one?
No, it was 19.
It's a good one. 19 and 21 are good ones. And they're good ones because they're probably going to show up in your test again. Okay? So, I'm not these same exact ones, but similar. So I'm going to take these so I can look at the rest of them and kind of give you some feedback for this. Okay?